2, 1. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. I'm Sean.
And I am Julian this week.
This week?
This week, yeah. And that actually brings me, I'm going to address it actually right now. I'm going to address it. Our favorite Ginger is...
Ginger Spice?
Yeah, the thing that just made everything nice and terrible. He is no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
It saddens us, and I say that, and I mean it in all senses. He's in a corona coma. It's not good. It's not looking good at all.
Just kept drinking them.
Yeah, and he put himself right in a fucking coma.
The vaccines.
Yeah, dude, it was terrible. They weren't even tested yet. He was just kept pumping. He's like, I want to be super immune.
He's just trying to be like Trump, man.
Yeah,
he wants that immunity, baby.
It's not going to happen, though, because now he's in a coma. And I'm not going to take any cheap shots while he's in a coma and make any, like, vegetable jokes, even though, like, a good carrot joke would be funny. I'm not going to go that low, though.
Yeah, we won't go there.
It's a tragedy, though. But we will keep you guys updated because we know how invested you are in Ginger-Shawn.
I love that this is the way we started. Okay, guys. So basically, to give frame of reference to what Julian's talking about, Ginger-Shawn, who we started the podcast with, actually, you guys started the podcast. I didn't show up until episode 2.
Right.
And
as
then
a guest.
Sean decided to step back and do more of a producing aspect for us. So he has decided to step back from the podcast entirely. And he still will be working with us on other things, but just nothing to do with any of the podcast stuff. Because as we've said on our Facebook posts and other things like that, we've already informed you guys that we have new, different content coming down the pipeline that isn't podcast related. And the way we always envisioned it when we made the podcast was that the podcast would sort of work as an umbrella and all the other content that we want to make would kind of like exist underneath that umbrella.
Right. It's just, like we've said many times, the podcast was essentially just the main foundation to kind of get everything else going that we want to get into. Kind of to touch a little bit on what you're just saying. One of the first things that we've done outside of the podcast, which is still podcast related, is the shorties. Mm-hmm. We've been having a lot of fun with those. We put out 2 so far.
It's like the softest way to move away from the podcast.
Yeah,
because it's still technically, I guess, a podcast.
In a sense.
But it is like the loosest way you can do a fucking podcast you could imagine.
No, for sure.
It is by far like the whole... So, yeah, Sean is still going to be working with us on other things. Mm-hmm. And probably later on down the line, you're actually going to be seeing him and us doing stuff that's completely unpodcast related. We're going to be making all kinds of content.
I'm so excited.
Stuff for obvious reasons with video and stuff like that is only going to be available on YouTube. You know what I mean? So
and OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Which I actually had an idea for an OnlyFans thing that I want to
Are we going to do it then?
We're going to do something on OnlyFans. We're going to make an OnlyFans.
We might as well
do it today.
We keep saying... you got like a promo code?
I've got ideas for content to put on there tonight.
Oh God.
Me and you.
That's the after hours special.
You guys will be seeing Sean again, just not in a podcast related format unless he comes on as a guest.
That's going to be a terrible guest, him being in a coma and all.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to bring the laptop. We'll have to bring everything to the hospital. And I used to work in a hospital. We did plenty of podcasts with people in comas.
I mean,
plenty of OnlyFans stuff with people in comas.
And that's what got you fired.
Yeah, well, it was a children's hospital, so
they frown upon that every countries. Time. Most countries.
Whatever country they filmed Cuties in, they don't. It's France.
Was that France?
Yeah, it's France.
Oh, good God!
I heard Epstein
Cuties.
loves that country.
Oh, I would imagine. You try to get an island there, and they explain to him, sir, you can't have an island here. He's like, I want an island here. And he talks like that when he's upset.
He just tried digging his own in the middle of the country.
Just put a moat around a fucking thing. Call it a day.
So anyways, guys, this was our weird way of introducing the guy who's going to be taking over Sean's position. So basically doing all of our sound engineering and producing in general. Mm-hmm. And we're doing like still minor video editing, not a lot of stuff going on when it comes to that.
For the time being.
But I think as time goes on, we'll probably have more hands on deck as things start to get bigger and expand. We've already got ideas. We've had ideas in the pipeline since before we started like episode 3 or 5, like so many ideas for so many things. And it's only grown from there. So we've got ideas and concepts and content that we've actually been working on for the better part of a year, if not more than that.
Well, I mean, it's been a lot of just back and forth. Because we have phone conversations multiple times a day. It's, at least not just once a day.
So this opener is really just to update you guys on that and introduce Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor. So he is a friend of mine that I met through an old job, and he's gonna.
You guys give handies together.
The best in the West, baby. Quickest hands in the East. And we met together.
You guys could finish a dog in no time flat.
No time. Remember how we were talking about that last episode? That was the guy.
Yeah.
It was Taylor.
Oh, I want to meet this guy now. I got to shake his hand.
Yep. Have that Purell on deck, though. So he's going to, like Sean said, he's going to be taking over the producing side of things. And we're very excited for it. Honestly, we expect it to just, be a lot better and just get more elevated.
He already talked to us about some of the things that he had ideas for. And he said that he could improve the audio a lot compared to what we already have done here, which is, if you want a frame of reference, go watch the first 2 minutes of episode 2 of the podcast, and then come back here and watch the first 2 minutes of this podcast, just for frame of reference of audio, sound quality, our ability to communicate properly with each other. Just for that. For that alone.
I had to do that
blow you away.
Maybe a month or two ago, because my brother, I think, was the one that told me to do that, and I did. I was like, holy shit.
I was disgusted.
It's terrible.
I hated it. I turned it off immediately. I listened for like a couple seconds. But
that was way back in the day, though, it seems like. But that was, it was just my one mic inside a fucking walk-in closet, 3 of us cramped in there. I remember anytime someone had to fucking take a piss, we all had to pretty much get out.
Yeah, we'd all have to do. Oh my God.
I had to take all my clothes out of the closet every single time we recorded. It was terrible.
We were still workshopping the podcast name at that point.
Yeah, we didn't even have a name.
We would start the episodes and we wouldn't be able to introduce what the podcast was because we didn't have a name.
Let alone the name.
We wouldn't introduce ourselves. We would have topics and then start talking about them and go completely off into different tangents, which we still do, but we managed to come back around somehow pretty well.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
We got more organized with it.
We definitely did.
Definitely through trial and error.
That's good. Yeah, we definitely did.
So I guess I'm going to kick things off. We normally record Mondays. We had to do it today on Tuesday for scheduling reasons and stuff.
Always schedules.
But yesterday was actually a happy indigenous emo day. Emu day, right? That's what it was. So I just want to say shout out to that.
That was one of my favorite moments of the last episode. Was that Julian mixed up
Inuits.
He mixed up Inuits with emus, the fucking giant birds. I even posted. I like photoshopped a picture of you.
Dude, that was perfect.
Super
you picked
excited.
The perfect picture, arms sprawled out, just like
you were just like, oh, there they are. And I posted in our Instagram and our Facebook of Julian really excited with a bunch, and it says Julian was really happy to finally meet some. It had quotes around it, Inuits, and it was just a bunch of emus like in the wild.
It's a beautiful picture.
I had another thought to instead of that picture of having you at like a zoo really excited and just have a bunch of Inuits in the zoo, but I thought that might get the wrong attention for us.
Two on the head. Excuse me. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I think I've already told you on the phone, but I'll bring it up on the podcast. So my fucking phone decided to just do an update because on itself.
Oh, you're going to tell me it did that thing again where it started like messaging dudes and sending dick pics like randomly.
Dude, it was so weird. A weird virus. It's that Trojan virus, dude. They sneak in there and they get you and they get all your dick pics.
You're one of those super spreaders I've been hearing about?
Oh,
it's
not
like
this
that
guy. Not this guy. You kind of look more like you, man. You and your brother. I'm just saying.
I saw a story. Right before we started the podcast of it was like HIV super spreader, and this
it's like
fucking
the worst
guy
superhero name.
Looked exactly like my older brother. It was scary.
And then he found
and
out
he had
it
the
was his
same
older
name
brother.
too. It was really scary.
The photo of it is actually, you could see like you in the background kind of cropped out a little bit, but it's still there.
I'm like passed out. I look like a drunk girl at a rave.
Just lipstick smeared on you. Just the word whore written on your
Just
forehead.
cum on the side of my ear.
You don't know if it's saliva or cum. Just
really, I'm just describing a Kesha music video.
Oh, whatever happened to that stinky bitch?
That might come off wrong because she actually was raped.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
By her like producer or manager or something like that. Yeah, I know it took a dark turn.
That took a dark turn. Well, so I'm going to keep it in the music realm of things.
Oh, okay.
So like I was saying earlier, I lost all my topics because my notes decided to just go kaput.
Oh, right. Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
So I've been starting that list up again, and I tend to go on Twitter to see what's trending. And I fucking every single time I go on there, I notice one thing is always on there, no matter what. It's something to do with K-pop. So I was thinking, like, for a while, it just kind of bugged me because I was like, I don't give a fuck about K-pop. And then it really started bugging me because I was like, we're hitting the wrong market, dude.
We should be kidnapping Korean kids and teaching them to sing and dance.
Even better, dude. I'm one step ahead of you. I'm actually executive producing Ping Pong's K-pop album. It's called Fingerless Love. And it's going to have singles on there like...
the best part about like continuous jokes of our podcast is that the majority of the views and people that watch it obviously don't like watch it like from like all the way from each episode and stuff like that, right? So many people have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Probably
and
not.
It's fantastic.
That's probably the best part about it, though.
But like the comments are always full of the OG fans who really get it. So they're like, oh, they said it. They brought it up. They're talking about him again.
Actually, speaking of those OG fans.
We've got a couple of suspect people in the comments section.
I know.
What's going on, man?
We called them out, and they're kind of being a little sus about it.
A couple of CIA agents going on.
One of them
here.
said he's not CIA, but he did say he worked for something that rhymed with hefty guy.
My inner Alex Jones is pulsating.
Is that what you call your dick?
That's just my testicles, basically.
Is that what you call your balls and dick?
This is how they breathe. They just come. They do this, just back and forth.
You may not have a
For
penis.
audio listeners, you're going to have to watch the video to get that one.
Yeah. I think we got like 10 audio listeners, so... I mean, what's up, guys?
What's funny is I actually talked to Ginger-Shawn the other day, actually.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. It was like the first time I talked to him in a couple days, right? And he called me, and he's like, I guess he thought that I didn't want to talk to him or something because I was like really out of breath. So I'm like, hey, what's going on?
You just beating off?
And he's like, I mean, I guess we can talk later or something. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just out of breath. And he's just like, oh, what are you doing? You like working out or something? I'm like, no, just had sex.
First one to finish.
And he's like, he just starts cracking up super hard. And he's like, so why'd you pick up the phone? I was like, no, we're done.
We're done. That's over with. We're done. Yeah. You were calling, bro. I'm not going to leave bro hanging.
Well, I don't know if we've had this conversation on the podcast or not before, but have you ever had a phone conversation while also having sex before?
I know you have because I've called you and I think you were having sex. No, or was it?
I don't think so. Not with you.
No, was it maybe with you and Ginger-Shawn?
I think what you're thinking of is that we've had sex before, me and you.
Oh, yeah.
And then I talked on the phone with someone. I think I was having a conversation with your mom.
So what happened was we were having sex and then you were actually having phone sex with Ginger-Shawn. And he was having actual sex with his cat. And
his girlfriend was just like walking in.
That was the first one.
She's
a
fan of the podcast, though. She gets it.
She does.
She knows the process,
all
the method.
way from our dirty South, our favorite from the dirty South,
dude. No, so I've definitely had phone sex before, like like by that I mean like having sex while also on the phone with somebody.
Yeah.
So like what I was asking was, have you ever? That you can recall of?
Actually,
really?
No.
That's fucking crazy to me.
To be honest with you, it's usually my phone is like just put off. So like if I know I'm about to go do some bad stuff, my phone. I just set it down. Doing some bad stuff, bro. Some bad stuff, bro.
Get the chloroform.
No, that's Fridays only, man. Come on. We're not
stuff.
I'll show you after the podcast, man.
It's like a dirty Sanchez.
Oh, no.
It's like a dirty Dela Cruz.
Don't tell anyone my secret moves, dude.
I call this one the Mexican boxer. And you just like play real dirty. Like you just fucking like.
We're not biting ears, but we are biting.
Hitting her when the bell goes off and shit.
Below
like
the belt. Mm-hmm.
Back to your corner. Back to your corner. And you're just like fucking going at her.
The Mexican cockfight. Are you a man that wears Crocs?
I call this the tequila worm.
You'll never want to eat the worm, my friend.
Okay.
Are you a man that wears Crocs?
I've never worn a pair. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. But I saw on our on Twitter, Justin Bieber has teamed up with Crocs to make his own fucking Crocs. Man. That's what I'm saying.
That guy is so fucking weird, bro. He's such an anomaly.
Yeah, I mean, but I think we've briefly probably talked about him before. And when you're that goddamn young and you become that famous and that big, you're gonna be fucked up.
Does weird shit to you. That's for sure,
dude. You just cannot be a normal.
He's definitely a talented guy, but he's also just like kind of a giant douchebag.
But I mean, wouldn't you be though?
He's toned it down like so much.
I remember he used to be a fucking he like pissed inside a mop bucket thing and like poured it over the balcony or some shit.
And you were working as the janitor at that place, so that really pissed you off.
It was terrible. I didn't replace the water.
You're like, I'm the only one that pisses in this bucket.
This is my piss bucket. Get your own. I don't fucking celebrity. What the fuck?
Do I come to your mansion and piss in your bucket?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Only when I'm cleaning the house though. I
always think about that, like with like valets at like really fancy places where they like will have to park a Porsche and stuff like that. Like what those guys must do to those fucking cars.
Dude, what if you had just a fetish that you had to jerk off in fancy cars?
I think about that. See,
and like you became a valet parker just for that.
I think that's exactly the scenario that happened with Kim Kardashian's fertility doctor.
Ooh, yeah. That's where he started.
So
and
this
then
is actually, I literally saw this story right before we started the podcast, and I was like, should we talk about this? And I was like, maybe we'll find a way to organically bring this into it.
And we don't, so I'm going to put this out there real quick. So we don't know 100%
the truth of any of this.
This is even a true story.
It's a story I saw on like Snapchat's Daily Mail. So like
very reliable stuff.
But I think it's fucking insane. So apparently the fertility specialist, this might all be completely false because like Daily Mail is so unreliable. Allegedly. It's ridiculous. It's like worse than TMZ.
You could legally just say allegedly and you're fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. So, Bill Cosby, allegedly.
So apparently the fertility expert that they use, the Kardashians use, I guess Kim and Kanye used, has been accused by multiple women of him using his own sperm to impregnate them. Jesus Christ. And I just like we were talking about, dude, imagine Kanye's meltdown.
The more I think about it though, I honestly think, do you like bear with me on this? I'm sure Kanye
you think it was worth it?
Yeah, no. No. I think Kanye probably approached the specialist first and was like, I want to get me pregnant. I want to be the surrogate. He's like, we can't do that.
He's like, I'm Mother Mary. I will give birth to myself and I will be Christ.
Reincarnate myself. And after, months and months of explaining that it just physically cannot be done, then
I hope if it turns out that is the case, like he did do that and stuff like that,
fucked.
He's gonna use the Kanye like slavery defense. He's like, well, to be honest with you, it was a choice. It was a choice. And then Kanye's like, fuck, we got nothing. I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, there's no rebuttal to that.
It is what it is, I guess.
All right, son.
If the cock don't fit, we must acquit. No, but I was thinking about like, what if the scenario is not at all what we think it is? Mm-hmm. Like we think that this guy like sneakily did this whole like deed behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Right.
What if Kim has like this really old, fat, gooberish fucking like doctor fetish? And she just went in there and she drained his balls with her succubus pussy.
Actually, I mean, that's something we need to dive into. That no one's talking about that and no one wants to talk about that. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes the truth does hurt. That's why when we started this,
Cumgate. Yeah, it's Cumgate.
Yeah, it's Cumgate all over again. It's fucking disgusting. I just hope that when the eventual video leaks, that it's better than the Ray J Kim one.
That was sad. That was sad.
I wish we could have like an animation going on right now of those guys carrying the casket and just have just kill this.
Yeah, what if that doctor just fucking beat it up so hard? Like she had to replace all of her implants. All the plastic in her body just fucking went to rot.
Dude, she's basically like Mrs. Potato Head.
Happy 40th birthday, Kim.
Happy 40th, baby.
Yeah, apparently she just celebrated her 40th birthday. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know. Like, it's weird. She's one of those people where I wasn't sure.
I knew she was
how close she was to that.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if she was over or under. Like, well, the thing is, she's so good looking,
and she's been around for like
despite anything, but she's been around for so long. Right. So it made me think like, fuck,
this bitch could be 50. Yeah, like maybe,
but like looks like
25,
gorgeous,
or maybe 30.
Yeah, it's really off-putting. So 40, I'm still surprised by that. Even still, because she looks great. Aside from like when you look at like her unphotoshopped like.
I think that's most of
and
Hollywood,
stuff like
though.
that. But yeah, of course, yeah.
So you probably did not see, or maybe you did. The Los Angeles Lakers won the championship.
I did.
So this made me laugh. The videos that I saw was people back in California celebrating by blowing off huge fucking fireworks. Mm-hmm. Were they just not fucking engulfed in flames because some dumbass set the whole fucking state on fire because of a baby shower?
Dude, the baby.
Do they not learn?
The gender reveal people must have been white knuckling it so hard because they wanted to say something. Those fuckers wanted to say something. I
know. No, they were pissed off because they couldn't do fireworks. Yeah, that's the only reason.
They start doing like Native American smoke signals back and forth to each other, like mad texts.
I just thought that was so fucking funny. So
Happy Indigenous People Day too.
Hey. So
we're bringing all this shit around together. It's full circle, baby. I think it's
official now, though. A lot of people give the state that we live in, Florida, a lot of shit.
Oh, for real.
And I think...
And it deserves it.
No, it is. But I think it's more individual here.
Well, it differs like county to county and part to part. Like, depending where you live, shit gets really seedy in different ways.
No, for sure. But I feel like Cali has officially taken the cake for just overall dumb stupidity. Like,
Well, everyone is leaving.
All the smart ones.
But to be honest, I don't know if things got as bad here as they were in California. I don't even know if everyone would leave. So it's kind of hard to say because I still feel like we kind of just go, it's Category 5 hurricane that's going to sweep through the fucking state from bottom all the way through.
Get me my Keystone, honey.
We'll wait till it's Category 7.
Sir, there is no such thing.
When it's literally the fucking hurricanes from those disaster movies from the 90s.
Oh my God.
That's when people will start to consider
2012 or whatever.
Yeah. Twister, fucking Twister, yeah. When it's something like that,
doing a reboot on Twister.
I heard that too. Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that. I
think the whole genre is dead. Nobody wants to see those movies.
Not even that. I mean, obviously, it's going to look better just because of the technology that is around now. But I feel like they did such a good job in that movie, anyways. As far as
it's such a thing of its time.
That's why they got rid of the fucking ride at Universal. They had a Twister ride there, and they got rid of that shit because it was fucking boring. I mean, no one gave a fuck about that.
Oh, you know what movie we watched recently? Me and Benexi.
You watched Cuties again?
Yeah.
Can't stop watching.
For the 9th time.
Can't stop.
I had to wait till she went to bed, though.
Yeah, she thinks it's a problem. Yeah. She's told me several times.
Yeah. She keeps calling you crying.
Yeah, I'm like, it's 3 a.m, Benexi. What the fuck?
He's locked himself in the bathroom.
I'm like, what? Like the oranges? Like, no, the fucking movie.
So, no, The Thing.
The Thing. Oh, the original or the remake?
No, we can't. They don't have the. We watched it on HBO Max, and they only have the remake. It's kind of depressing because the original one is so
fucking good, dude.
Like it's just so impressive.
Well, the
watching it like the what's it called?
Not the animatronics, but the
yeah. Like the special effects and animatronics
it's not
stuff
CG. It's all like
it's all
real
practical stuff.
That's the word I'm looking for.
It's so fucking cool to watch.
And it's so and the way it looks so
terrifying.
Yeah, just so off-putting. Like
watching the remake, the CGI is so dated, and even the special effects in the original are very dated.
No, but that's an older movie.
Yeah, but it's still so impressive to watch. Whereas you watch the new one, it's not impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it. Definitely the original though is way better.
I really wanted to show her that, but rewatching it, having not seen it since I was like maybe in middle school, and I thought it was fine. I rewatched it, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, like I said, it's not terrible, but you
like if you can't watch the original one, watch that one.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, yeah, it's so fucking cool. But yeah, we got to watch that, and that was awesome. And we also rewatched the first live action Scooby-Doo movie, and let me say, it holds up.
Really?
Like, it's honestly not a bad movie.
I remember the second one I didn't like too much, but that was with Scrappy.
No, we watched the second one, and it was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
It was like Monsters Unleashed, where that like all the monsters come to life and stuff like that.
The first one was they were on that island or some shit,
Spooky
right?
Island.
Yeah.
No, the first one is funny.
Borat's wife is in that movie.
Yeah, she is, dude. I totally forgot that. Plus, she was wearing like a blonde wig.
Right, so she looked a little different, but
yeah, I didn't recognize her at first. Like Benexi pointed it out to me, but like, dude, it was funny. Like everything. The second movie is like a downgrade in every single way. I couldn't believe it.
Scrappy the bad guy. It was like
no, that's in the first one.
Oh, was that the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get him. I haven't seen it so fucking long, dude. But I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, okay.
They're gonna be like, what are these guys talking about right now?
Idiots.
Dude, I don't know. Fuck you guys, man. This is our podcast.
We do what the fuck
Talk about what we want. If I want to fuck Scooby-Doo, I want to fuck Scooby-Doo.
We're not gonna get into that. We don't have enough time. But I did want to get into something that I sadly got into.
Scooby-Doo?
It kind of involves Scooby-Doo in a little bit. Not really at all, actually.
Just jerking off into a Scooby-Doo lunchbox?
Yes. And the thermostats or the thermos cups.
I think that was like a Ralphie May joke. He would talked about
if you jerking off
like,
into fucking
the thing that retards love Scooby-Doo. It's just like you want to make a retard's date, you get him a Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
Oh god.
He's like, I love Scooby-Doo. Hey, and you can't come for me. I'm just repeating a Ralphie May joke, and that guy's dead.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Fat. What were you saying? You got into something?
Yeah. So I went down a random rabbit hole again. And for about 30 minutes, I was watching videos of these crazy, like, how buildings and shit on fire. And then, the firefighters coming in and rescuing them, but in reverse. So it looked like they're putting the people back in the
Yeah, I've seen those.
The people's faces are so terrified. Like, ah! It looks like they're throwing them back.
Yeah.
For like 30 minutes, I was like, why?
I shared a video of, it was the same concept, but it was, it was captioned, fuck this turtle. And it was people like saving a sea turtle, but it was in reverse. So it looked like they were just like dragging it out of the ocean and fucking flipping it over.
Oh, dude, it's those.
It said, fuck this turtle. And I had people in the comments going, yo, what the fuck? Because when you watch it, literally it takes you like 5 times to go,
right.
Oh shit, they're saving it.
But I don't know. I just found it so amusing for like 30 minutes, and I just like stopped myself. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? Stop watching this."
Wait,
shit.
What was? Did you want to leave that Pokemon thing for the shorty?
I mean, yeah. I mean, no, I can bring it up now. It don't matter.
Okay.
So I found out I'm not addicted to cocaine.
Addicted to fucking Pokemon.
I'm just like the way it smells, but I am addicted to Pokemon. I will admit that. I downloaded the little Game Boy Advance emulator for my phone, and I started.
The FBI really does bust in here.
Yeah, and dude, there's so many fucking dope games. So there's so many fan made ones.
Oh, and, dude, you have no idea.
So my biggest issue is, so I played the first one. It was like a remastered version of the yellow one, and so I was like, let me try another one that I haven't played yet. So I played. I think it was.
Have you ever tried that Nuzlocke shit? Where it's what's it called?
Is that a sex move?
Yeah. My favorite.
The Nuzlocke. They never get out, they never tap.
Yeah, you need what's it called? Chopsticks, and you have to remove your bottom eyelids.
Wow.
Yeah, it's intense.
That's like what Mr. Miyagi teaches you after you learn how to get the fly with the chopstick.
I was thinking of speaking of kung fu moves, I was thinking of the other day, like, what about if I was making like a really romantic like movie or a romantic comedy or something like that, and then at the end, like there's like some type of issue where the the people didn't get to be together, but then they finally reunite at the end, and they're like, I love you, I want to be with you, and they're sitting across from each other, and like right as she's coming in for the kiss and he's leaning in too, he just like he does the like palm of death, that exploding heart technique from Kill Bill.
Oh, I should do. I'm so glad you actually brought that up. I had this random high person thought the other day about that scene. So I haven't seen the movie in a long time, and I know you've probably seen it more recently than I have.
I watched it pretty.
So from what I understand, once she does that thing, like he has like what 5 steps, right? Why not just sit in a wheelchair for the rest of your life?
I know. I said the same thing. You're rich as fuck, dude. Right? You can just have people wheel your ass around.
I don't know why he's like. Oh yeah.
Also, I've counted the steps in the movie multiple times. It's not 5 steps. He takes more than 5 steps. Because I'm just like,
you miss it.
Your heart's exploded. Your heart exploded.
You forgot Mississippi.
Mississippi. I guess he forgot it. His heart forgot how to count, I guess.
Yeah. No, so I just randomly thought about that the other day. I was like, why didn't he just fucking
I said that when I was a kid. When I saw the movie, I was just like, I'm rich. I wouldn't get off my fucking ass ever again.
No, fuck that.
Also, but what constitutes as a step though? Because like what if he's having sex, can he just not move like whatsoever? Because like what if is it the gyration of the hips? What's happening? What if he only bends at the knees? Like, does that count as a step?
I don't know.
Like if he walks like that, what if he removes his hips completely, and he just has them attached by the knee? And he's just moving like flippers with his little ankles.
He looks like fucking Lieutenant Dan.
He'd look like what's it called? Hank Hill's dad.
Oh,
did you ever see Hank Hill?
Or not Bobby?
No, his dad got his
shins.
Yeah, they got blown off. They got blown off in like I think they got blown off in like Vietnam or something, and they reattached his feet just to his leg bones, so he walks like
a fucking penguin. Yeah. That's beautiful, dude.
Go on with your Pokemon story. Oh no, wait. What I was saying, the Nuzlocke thing is
right.
Nuzlocke is when you play
off on topic.
When you play Pokemon, but whenever a Pokemon dies, it's permadeath. So you can't you don't get it back or anything like that. So that's what playing Nuzlocke is. And if it dies, then you can replace it like catching another one. Right. But then like that's how the whole game is that you're playing. So it makes it like a super long added difficulty to it, because Pokemon games generally are really easy, you know?
Fucking tell me that when I'm trying to solve these goddamn puzzles and get to the goddamn gym leader. Some of these things are hard, bro. No, my biggest issue that I was finding.
I mean, they made them for like 4 years.
That's the thing. So. My fucking attention span and my mental capacity.
Maybe you should get your daughter to help you.
She is. That's how I beat the game, dude. I collected them all because of her.
How did you fucking...
How the fuck? She's just like, dude, seriously? No, my biggest issue was though...
Are you a Jap? Just look at her.
After, I think,
squint your eyes.
Pokemon Gold and Silver,
been hanging out with Ping Pong?
Playing those. So all the ones after that are these new Pokemon that I have no fucking clue what they are. And they, like,
I still play, yeah.
Dude, fuck you. It's a problem, dude. But I downloaded this new one that has like basically you can get generation 1 through 6 or whatever the fuck it is. You can catch all of them, but it's the you're playing as a bad guy. I'm like, okay, let me try that. So you're working for not Team Rocket, but some other fucking
I took a break for a while. I stopped playing for a really long time.
I hit puberty. I turned 10.
I fingered a pussy. I thought it was a pussy. It was just an asshole.
Just a fat chick's belly button. Yo, speaking, I gotta tell you a funny story real quick.
Oh, fuck.
So...
That's how you lost your virginity?
No,
you fucked some fat chick's belly button?
One of my exes, her brother...
you fucked her brother's belly button?
Yeah. No, her brother was dating this girl for a while, took her to the movie theaters and was like trying to do some stuff. And she's like, how's that feel? How's that feel? She's like, that's my belly button. So he was fingering this chick's belly button.
Like, oh, baby, you're wet. You're wet as fuck.
Oh, why does it smell like that? Dude, have you smelled the inside of your belly button?
Yes, I clean
disgusting.
it. I clean it out because,
with the Q-tip?
Mm-hmm. I do. Well, I also have like I use like one of those.
You make Vanexi do it?
Yeah, with her tongue.
Well, duh. What else?
I said, no soap.
No soap
hit her.
for you.
No soap.
No, you make her put soap in her mouth and just gurgle, and then she cleans out your belly button. That's also how she cleans the dishes.
All right. And I touch her on the nose really gently and go, activating vacuum mode. No, so yeah, I have one of those fucking like scrubber things, like the big fucking handle. Like it's like a giant brush for your body. No, it's like literally like it's got like bristles on it and stuff. Like
I'm pretty sure those are designed for car tires.
Yeah.
You're scrubbing your body with it.
Well, I used to be black, so I guess I'm scrubbing really deep here.
That's what happened to Michael Jackson. He just took a lot of baths. He just kept scrubbing and scrubbing.
Yeah, that guy. Everyone, the number one thing people would say about him is that guy's clean.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's clean.
Not his church history though.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
R.
so what?
Billie Jean.
Chadwick Boseman. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. Okay, so
you got something to say?
Well, you were talking about Pokemon.
Yes, a little bit, and then you made fun of me, and
then you talked about that guy fingering that girl's belly button. I want to know.
Someone failed him in life.
Did he tell you the story?
Yeah,
he told you the story himself.
Yes.
How long after it happened was the story told to you? Was this like
he wasn't like old. So he told me the story and he was probably like 18 or 19 when he told me the story. And it happened to him maybe a year prior to that. So he was a
late bloomer.
I mean, I don't think he bloomed.
He's still out there fingering belly button.
The belly button bandit.
He's just going to glory holes and he's like, no, that's not what I'm looking for.
What the hell is this? That's a weird belly. Oh, that dick pokes out. Oh, you must got an Audi.
Yeah, suck on it.
Wait, what?
Make it an innie.
Put it in your mouth.
Oh my God. So one of the complaints that I got from my girlfriend, she generally enjoys our podcasts and stuff like that.
She just lies to you.
She didn't like, I think it was the last shorty we put out, which was episode 2. She goes, yeah, it was like a real dude bro episode. And I feel like she's going to get that from this podcast episode.
I think so too.
It's very dude bro.
And I had the conversation with you, I think either today or yesterday. And I was telling you, I was like, I don't really have a lot of topics to actually talk about. Mm-hmm. And we've already discussed on the last episode, we don't necessarily like have this whole thing planned out. We just come up with topics and we talk about them. Mm-hmm. I didn't really have any this time, so I'm like, I'm just gonna just talk.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Same thing on my end. I think the thing is that we've gotten really good at just communicating off of nothing. That we've reached the highest echelon.
That goes all to our fucking phone conversations. That's the reason why.
Well, literally before we started the podcast, we had when I saw that Kim Kardashian fertility story, we had like a quick 2-minute back and forth where we were talking about how Kanye would react if he found out that none of the kids were his. Yo. And you were just like, he's going to kill himself. Like right away. It's just like, he's just going to fucking kill himself. And I was just like, yeah, but dude, think of the music that would come from all that pain. Think of the
memes. Fuck the music.
And you were just like, dude, it's not going to be any music if you're dead. And I was like, yeah, but knowing him, like, okay, let's say he does kill himself, and I said he would probably build one of those machines, those contraptions. I forget what they're called.
We should have looked up.
I think it's a Rube Goldberg machine, something like that.
Yeah, it sounds really Jewish.
Where it's like, like the. It sounds like his manager. Yeah. It's one of the, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, just to give you a perspective, like visually,
that's everyone listening.
One of those things where like you see like a trail of dominoes like falling, and then it'll lead to like a fucking thing, like a ball, like
it's like a chain reaction.
It's one of those machines.
And the thing, I fucking pissed
I just figured he would do that.
I don't know what the fuck it is,
but make it super artsy. Yeah. And I said that he would just have a surgeon remove the top of his skull and have his brain exposed. And then all the way at the end of the machine, after it goes through all of its intricate stuff, it just drops a cup of battery acid right onto his brain. And that's how he kills himself.
And that's when I said, no, fuck the battery acid. He's getting pure gold melted down.
Yeah.
Gonna turn it into, like you said, the crown. His whole body, he's gonna turn himself into a Grammy. And then he's gonna come and have his kids piss on him.
Oh yeah, that's right. We started when I first got here.
Pissing on Grammy.
I literally said to you, I was like, we never talked about the Kanye pissing on his Grammy thing, and you're just like, well, now he's gonna do it another time, and I was just like, well, maybe the next time he does it, Like it'll actually be him pissing on his own granny. His Grammy.
His Grammy.
Yeah, his
R. Kelly 2.0, man.
He'll piss on his actual Grammy. This is from my mama.
This is my mama. Through the wire.
Oh, man.
Let's see. So another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and I know you've already seen some information on it. So there was a rumor going around that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be on in Spider-Man 3. There's going to do some type of multiverse,
right,
dude.
Right, because I saw about they're talking about doing like a live action Spider-Verse thing, which I really love the Spider-Verse stuff from the comic books.
Did you watch the actual
animated series from the 90s?
That one, and did you watch the Miles Morales animated one?
Enter the Spider-Verse? Or Into the Spider-Verse?
Something like that.
That was great.
Yeah, I thought all of them. I just like the concept itself. And everything that they put out has been really good.
No, that movie was awesome. It's fantastic. I've seen it like multiple times. But what I really love about the Spider-Verse stuff from like the comics and the old like 90s cartoon, it's so fucking cool. There's so much stuff going on. Like I remember watching the 90s cartoon as a kid. Like there's so many, all these different storylines. Like one universe, Peter's like this awesome, like Tony Stark kind of character and stuff. The other one is like a clone, but he's not the clone. The other one's the clone, and and then this one and that one, and it was so fucking cool. In one universe, Uncle Ben's still alive. And
I'm not gonna make a joke. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Uncle Ben. You've died too many times already, my guy.
I'm not gonna kill you.
We're gonna keep you all right.
In my heart, he's always alive, though.
Well, because you eat his rice so often.
Oh, yeah. His rice is all right. He looks a little different, though, on the rice package.
Yeah, I think that's
the Miles Morales version. Oh, good God.
So, when I heard about that, I got excited, to be honest with you, because I think that would be fucking cool.
I was a big fan of the Tobey Maguire ones, other than the third one.
Well, yeah, that one sucked.
Everyone fucking hated it.
You know who loved it?
Ginger-Shawn.
He does. He loves that piece of shit movie.
Well, that's his. See,
he loves terrible movies.
I won't derail this too much. So you like shitty movies, but ironically,
yes,
and it's like
I love them for the enjoyment of them being bad.
He likes shitty movies because he thinks they're genuinely good. That's a problem.
Yeah,
that's the real reason why he's not with us anymore.
Yeah, that's why we had to get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, or kill. No, we didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I mean,
easy.
You can't find all of his body parts.
You just find his hair. That's it. It's a trail of ginger hair.
It's like the fucking those kids from that.
It's the trail of gingerbread crumbs.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
So basically, I think the idea is fantastic, and it's obviously so easy for them to do. As long as they could get like everyone to come back, and do whatever they can do with any of that stuff. But being that it's Sony owns the rights to those other movies, I mean, like it's just so easy for them to do that, because it's a joint partnership between Sony and Marvel. That's the reason why we have Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be fucking awesome, just to have Tobey Maguire show up and have Andrew Garfield. I didn't like his Spider-Man.
I didn't like the second one. I liked the first one.
I thought the first one was okay.
The first one was good.
I definitely think the second one was terrible.
Yeah, it was
sucked ass.
Yeah, the story was terrible.
Everything was bad in that.
The villain. I didn't like Jamie Foxx as the. I didn't like.
He's
his
returning.
Character. Oh, really?
They've announced that he's coming back to play the same character, Electro. So that's where the speculation is coming from. That because they haven't gotten the sign off that Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire have come back. They've just gotten that Jamie Foxx is definitely coming back, and it's announced that he's playing Electro. So from that, since his character only exists in that
the
universe,
Garfield,
then they're like, okay.
So I don't know how true this is, but I read something and that the reason why
I do like you.
I know, I know. The reason why that they're other than the fact that the second one of the Garfield Spider-Man was just terrible, that there was never a third one, was because of him himself. He was supposed to go to some type of award thing and like be there representing, the Spider-Man movie. He just didn't show up, and they got really pissed off about it.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to Jamie Google that for us.
Well, just because I know that the movie underperformed and it was received like really horribly.
Yeah.
So I think that after the second one, they probably just said, let's just put it back in the vault. Because they only made the first one just because they needed to, because the deal that they have to keep the rights for Spider-Man is they have to use it. They have to use the property every, I think,
7 years.
Something like that. It's like 8 to 10 years or so. They have to do something other than just make merchandise with it. So video games, movies, stuff like that. Otherwise, they lose it and it goes back to Marvel. So they just puke these fucking things out just for the hell of it. And I was like, okay. But yeah, I really don't think that would have been the determination why they would.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said.
It just
something
seems
I
like,
had read.
It seems like one of those rumors that get spread on Reddit.
Yeah, I found Reddit recently, so it could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been. I've upgraded from TikTok to Reddit.
What I will say that the other news that I heard about the Spider-Man thing is that they've announced that Doctor Strange is going to be in it, and he's going to be playing like the mentor role to Peter. And honestly, I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm tired of like every time we see Spider-Man, he needs a mentor in these movies.
I like the whole thing with him and Tony. That was fine.
I liked it up until it felt like he became like Tony Stark Jr. Like I'm like he's Spider-Man. Let him be Spider-Man. Like,
well, and I think that's like it's the later movie, like especially the last one that just came out. It kind of shows you that like that's basically what he was trying to do is like get out of the shadow of
it's
of Tony
time
Stark.
to be moving on from being the mentee. Stop being the mentee. You don't need a mentor. You know, it's time to get out there, be a man, and figure it out for yourself. Well, and now ultimately, we've got the next thing is like again with it going on.
Well, and then I wonder what kind of from what I saw from
I would like
the
to see
rumor,
Robert Downey do a cameo though. From another universe, just still alive, and like, wouldn't that be great?
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
He doesn't even have to do anything.
Right.
Just like it would be great if Tom Holland just sees him, like he has to travel to a different dimension and he sees him like at an award show or something.
Yeah. That'd just passing by. No, what I was going to say is from the rumor that I was reading, they're not just going to be like a cameo or like an end screen type of thing. They're going to be part of like the main end act. So it's going to be like, supposedly it's going to be a big thing. So I'm like, that's why I'm like really excited about it. It's not just going to be like an Easter egg or not just going to be like one of those hidden scenes kind of thing. It's going to be a real fucking thing that applies to the whole story. And I'm excited about it, honestly, man.
I guess that kind of brings, I want to see what happens, but at the same time, I guess that kind of brings us to talking about, I wasn't even planning on talking about this, to be honest with you, like the movie industry, like like theaters and stuff like that, because this is, it's not looking good for like theaters moving forward from COVID and stuff like that. It looks like AMC is saying that they're going to be completely shut down by the end of the year. They're just not going to make it. They're going out of business.
Shit, son.
They can't do it. And Regal is projecting that they'll only make it like halfway through 2021. So I guess Regal handled their money slightly better than AMC, but really, I mean,
it just delaying the inevitable at this point.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, we've kind of already touched on that, several times. It was already a dying business and industry, and this whole Corona thing did not fucking help its cause. They need to do what that last Blockbuster did and just turn it into an Airbnb thing.
That's what they do with all the theaters. They turn them into Airbnbs. Yeah, we could put all our homeless in there. And then set them on fire.
And bum fights. Different theaters will have different things going on. We got the fire section right here for all the pyro bum fights.
And we dress them up like movie characters do. That's the theme of the place. Like, look.
So, but it's got to be one. Oh shit! But like, one actor, but they got to play
Scissorhands
different.
Versus Captain Jack Sparrow. And we're like, wait a minute.
Is that Jack Swallow?
I think that actually is Johnny Depp in character as Jack Sparrow. He's not doing too good.
Oh no, he got too many in the head with from Amber.
No, but yeah, I think we
should make her fight Mike Tyson if she wants to throw hands on someone.
Yeah, if he wants to come back, he's got to go through her. He's got to go through we're breaking down gender stereotypes here now. It's 2020. You know what I mean?
The fucking program.
So I think it's time that if this guy wants to prove himself to come back in the ring, he's got to fight the toughest chicks in this.
So we're talking Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
she is. I don't know what she is actually. She's just a fucking meat puppet.
We're talking Monica Lewinsky's throat.
Oh, that's a fucking blow for blow. I don't know if you can go that toe for toe. And then we'll throw Ronda Rousey in there for shits and gigs. I feel like I just want to see her get popped again. She could take a hit.
Did you see that video of Steve-O getting
with the Holly Holm?
Manhandled so hard.
Dude, that guy cracks me up.
Like, holy fuck. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I could take her. Or maybe not. Maybe not.
Nah, dude. She's a bad bitch.
I might have to get some hits in before I let her fucking, like, grapple me and shit. Jesus Christ.
And she's quick, too.
She's so fast, dude.
Lightning quick. She's from New Mexico.
Just start throwing kicks. Like, just start tossing them out there, man. No, but honestly, with the whole theater situation, it is looking like movie theaters are going to be a thing of the past, and moving forward we're going to be seeing everything start to go straight to like streaming and stuff like that. And like the way that Disney is sort of modeling their all of their stuff now is sort of around Disney Plus,
right?
Like everything's sort of around it because they're not really making much money off of anything else except for that right now. So their market is kind of like Disney Plus first, and you know how they did the whole Mulan thing where it's like they released it for $30 additionally.
That's so fucking
as well
stupid,
as having to pay for your monthly Disney Plus membership.
It should come with your fucking membership.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But then it eventually came. It's coming for free, I think, next month. So, like,
I've already heard. Yes, I've already heard how shitty it was.
Oh god!
And the fact that they had the audacity to try to charge me $30, I'm like, nah, I'm not watching that. Fucking
I canceled
movie.
my Disney Plus. That shit was so pointless, bro.
Well, you can't watch Cuties on there. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I've made 4 Netflix accounts because they keep shutting them down for some reason. I don't know why.
He's got 4 TVs set up. He's signed, just watching it all at the same time.
I keep dropping reviews for the movie too. I'm just like, this shit is incredible.
This remarkable. Shit is bananas.
But I think it's going to be the rise, like we talked about this before, of like the drive-in theaters again. I think that's going to be something that comes back.
And honestly, I think especially now because a lot of like stand-up comedy and stuff, that's the route that they're going right now. Is they're
doing drive-in,
the drive-in stuff. So I think that's already going to start pumping more noise just into the drive-in theater itself. And then, they're going to bring in the movies back. I think it's going to be one of those weird things that it's like not like something you just do anymore. You'll start seeing
movie theaters over the years. You're going to see them again. It's just going to be like oh wow,
a fucking theater.
Look, they're opening a movie theater over here. That's so crazy. And you're gonna start thinking of
I'm gonna make the claim now. They will not make another movie theater. Yeah. Just the ones that are out now, or the ones that are out now. That's it.
Well, I'm thinking it's going to be sort of like when you see like a dry cleaner open up in your neighborhood and you're just like, who the fuck goes to that? And then there's just that one day where you have to go to your cousin's wedding and you've got like a tomato stain on your fucking suit. And you're just like, okay, I guess I kind of like that this is around. And you're like, oh, the convenience of this is so good. And it's people that know what they're doing, and I don't have to bother with it myself. Because then you're just at home trying to pirate a movie. You're like, fuck, I don't want to pay $30 to watch Mulan again. Get me Cuties.
Give me Cuties too, baby.
Yeah, Cuties too. They got guns. And they fucking...
It's actually a crossover between Expendables and Cuties.
I was going to say Bad Boys.
Same thing.
Wouldn't you want to see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence bust in there? Like... Shit just got real.
Stop shaking your ass and start shaking some bullets, baby. Getting jiggy with it. No.
So basically,
and Jada's the villain.
I think it's gonna be. I mean, the theaters have been kind of like going under for
for sure.
People have been. It's been dwindling for a while now. The past probably decade and a half. People aren't going to the movies nearly as much as they were before. And then at the same time, like you'd have those big boosts when a big movie, like a big blockbuster would come out. But then like ultimately, like it just starts going back downhill again. And then over time, with things like streaming and everything, it's just been killing the theater industry.
And it's so hard to compete with that. Because I mean, realistically, you want, when you're watching a movie, at least me personally, I want to be as comfortable as possible.
So that's your dick out.
Dick out. Right out. I actually,
finger in a belly button.
Got the finger in the belly button.
Preferably not yours.
The dick's out, sort of, but I got it in the waistband. Just like it's out halfway, but it's tucked on the waistband. But so when I sit up, it pops out like a little surprise. So if we're watching a scary movie,
maybe it's that the meat around it is just so like outwards that you really have to like.
It's like a taco.
You got to do like a mountain molehill situation where you just like you kind of create like a space in between for the dick to go out through, and you just kind of press down and it pops out like. Boop.
Hey, I don't have a small dick. I have a huge clit.
Like one of those whack-a-mole games.
Yeah.
It's just, and you rub it like a little button.
Like a little genie. I will grant you 3 wishes. What the fuck, dude?
No, but so yeah, I guess I can see. It kind of is sad to see it go, but it's kind of like the same thing as like the Blockbuster situation.
Right.
Like, what did you expect? Eventually, that was what was going to happen.
Eventually,
Like, eventually, CDs will become pretty. They're already obsolete, but I mean, there's going to be a certain point where like nobody's fucking buying CDs. Like, why is Walmart still selling them? So, it had to happen eventually, and I guess this was just the push that everybody needed to go. Yeah, this is kind of stupid that we still do this. There's a lot of stuff that we're still doing that just makes no fucking sense.
Washing your hands, safe sex.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Macaroni salad.
This is going to be a new segment for the podcast where Julian just tells you really good advice.
Yeah, macaroni salad.
Why do we put the seat down at all? Why aren't we just dunking our asses in the toilet bowl to wash our buttholes?
That's how I do it. I made my own bidet. You don't have to do anything. You just dip your butt in.
Yeah, I don't know if it counts if that's where your daughter drinks from.
It's not where she drinks from. It's where she takes her baths. It's a difference. She drinks out of the bathtub, though. we collect rainwater.
Yeah, that's a good.
We're green here.
Isn't that illegal in Florida?
I think it's illegal like everywhere, dude. That's so stupid.
Yeah, they won't let you collect rainwater.
No.
Dude. What are they hiding from us?
What's really going on up there, man?
What's up with the rainwater? We do like an Alex Jones situation. No, that's fucking bullshit.
You know what? Actually, we are as a human species, we are immortal. But the only thing that kills us is a chemical found in water, and specifically rainwater. And they don't want us to know that. So they keep pumping us filled with water. Like, oh yeah, water's good.
You know how we figured this out too? Is we got a guy and we held his head up. We just told him, keep your mouth open. We took a tube and we had a tank of water and we just funneled it right into him. And he died eventually.
He did.
So we know for sure that this, we tested the hypothesis. It went
And
perfectly.
the thing is, people say drink water to lose weight. He got fat. He got bloated.
Yeah, he was like 4 times his normal size.
It was weird. You know, like those toys you get
Changing
from like Chuck E. Cheese? You put it in water and it...
They're like mutating us with this shit, man.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I think...
I took a sip once, sucked the guy's dick. A lot of side effects.
You explain that to me.
A lot of side effects.
You explain that to me.
My mom was shocked.
I'm going to get some water.
Yeah, I'll vamp for a while. Just try and entertain you guys.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Oh, okay, cool. So you vamp for a while, and I'll look through my topics. Oh, did you see?
So there was one more thing I did want to talk about.
Oh, okay, cool.
So me and Holly recently started watching a show. We got really into it. It was pretty good. The last season was kind of but it was one of those shows that got canceled. And so it didn't end. It just ended on like,
I hate that.
Dude, it pissed me off
What's
so
it called?
much. The Colony. It had
that sound was my brain when you said that. Just nothing.
No idea.
Just
I'm trying to think who's all in it. Did you watch The Walking Dead a little bit?
Oh, it's got Lori.
Yeah, Lori.
I never watched it.
The dude from Lost.
Yeah,
is in
I
it.
know exactly who you're talking about.
His name was Josh. I can't remember his fucking
Someone with
name.
the blonde hair.
Yeah,
kind of like, yeah.
You can't tell if he's like super old or like not old.
Yeah, I know.
It's like weird.
He's got that exact look.
Yeah. But no, but it was a good show.
You're like, did you have a rough life? What's going on?
Like, what are you? He's like, I'm 20. Like, what? You look like leather. And then
God.
from a certain angle, he looks really good. It's weird.
Who beat you?
His dad.
Amber Heard. He's his dad.
Just beaten. But no, so it just irritates me because this has happened to us multiple times where we watch something and then it just got canceled. And I don't look into it because I don't want to have like any spoilers as far as like what's going to happen through the story. And it fucking got canceled. So what I'm saying that we need to do is get a network that does one season only, revives shows that get canceled, and just at least lets them finish.
Netflix has been pretty good on that.
They've been okay on it, but I feel like that also we should include shows that had terrible endings, and we just want to scrap that whole last season.
Oh, like Dexter?
That not like just the last season. Those last multiple seasons.
Yeah, it was like the last 3 or 4 seasons.
The first 3 seasons were really good.
Yeah,
and great. Then it kind of just
they derailed it because they had no idea what they were doing. They started having him grow as a person. I'm like, hello, that's you fucking idiot. That's the opposite of what should be happening here. Like, he's not supposed to grow as a person. Yeah. That's kind of the point.
I did like that the beginning of that show though. It was pretty good. But yeah, no, it just irritates me, dude, so much because, like I said, I will never know what's going to happen. And this particular show, The Colony, the concept is really just a good concept. They had so many possibilities.
What is that? Is that the thing where the people are in the dome, or it's like the concept of like the Simpsons movie, basically?
No. So what happens? It's the thing is, and that irritates me about it is, there's a lot of mystery behind what actually is happening. And it takes a long time for you to actually figure out what is happening. So by the time you figured out most of the stuff and then the big reveal happens, it just got canceled. So essentially,
let me take a hit. Let me take a hit at this.
Let's see.
Literal vampire potbelly goblins.
Fucking right on the head.
Nailed it.
Right there.
Nailed it.
Boom. But I'm just gonna.
I can thank my uncle for that one. I'll give him a call. Yeah. Uncle Alex.
Alex. Oh man. But yeah. So I think we should. That's our next venture.
Just start trying to revive shows. Yeah, I really there's a lot of shows that I would have really liked to have just gotten the chance to finish. You know what I mean? Like, it happens a lot in the anime industry. I know you don't watch anime or anything like that, but something it's very frequent that an anime will like that a manga will get popularity enough and they'll feel like it's marketable enough to audiences that they'll make at least one season out of it. And they really, when it comes to making anime, most studios like to go super cheap. They don't like to devote a lot of time or energy into it.
Right.
So that's 90% of the market, right? Is that they're just producing these schlock fucking low budget animation, crappy fucking rendering. It might not even resemble the same story from the book. Sometimes that shit happens all the time with that industry.
Dumb.
And it'll get a season and it'll either underperform because maybe the time that they put it out or the market that they released it to or whatever, maybe they didn't sell it correctly to who they were trying to sell it to. Some of them are actually genuinely great shows that they just weren't able to sell in whatever market they needed it to. I think that's even
worse when that happens,
too. Yeah, it's really sad because you'll watch it and you'll go, damn, this is so good. I can't wait for season 2.
Like Firefly? I know it's not anime,
yeah, Firefly.
But
that's a great example of... But they did get to finish it, though, with the movie.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have to at least give them the opportunity.
Yeah, that was great. But that was the time before streaming services that they got to do that. That was a big deal. That had never been done before.
Nope.
Dude, I didn't watch Firefly when it first came out on TV.
I didn't either. I watched it when it was on the streaming service.
Yeah, I remember when I did, I fucking loved it. I was just like, holy shit, this is so fucking cool.
Good show.
And then I found out immediately that it was fucking canceled.
I was like, what the fuck?
And then I found out all the shit that they fucked around, because there was also a documentary about the movie being made. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I never saw that, no.
Yeah, it's really good. It used to be on Netflix because they used to have the show on Netflix. They used to have the documentary on Netflix, and then they used to have the movie on Netflix.
Oh, shit.
So it was so perfect that you could watch the show, the doc, and then the movie. And the doc would explain exactly what they did. The network had absolutely no faith in the show. They thought it was a stupid concept. They hated the idea.
Really?
It made zero sense to them. They go, how can you have a space show about people in spaceships who are doing all this crazy stuff, but there's no aliens? They were just so against it. They were like, you have to put aliens in the show.
Why?
And he was like, no fucking aliens. It's just people, dude.
Right.
So they fought him every step of the way. And even though the show got greenlit, they were trying their hardest
from day one
to basically get it pushed off. So they would change the time slot weekly. They would basically change it to different times and different days. They would be like, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here.
So even if you had a fan base, it'd be so hard just to keep up. Because
that's what happened. That's why the ratings were super low, was because no one knew when to watch it.
Right.
And they released,
you had to have a TV guide.
They released the episodes out of order too. They didn't put them out like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you look how they were originally released, it's like episode 3 or 4 came out their first episode, and then it's like all out of order. The network was doing their hardest to just get the show fucked over. It's really messed up, but yeah.
No, there was did you ever watch My Name Is Earl?
Oh yeah, that show was great.
That was another one that got canceled. And
yeah, I only watched it up until a few seasons though. I didn't get super deep into like, because I know it went on for like a long fucking time.
I mean, it went on for a good while, but it's still, like I said, it just didn't have an ending. It got canceled, unfortunately. And that was one that me and my buddy, we were watching, and then we got to the last episode, and we like, you could almost tell, because like I said, I don't look at like when I'm watching a TV show, I don't really look too much into it because I don't want to get any spoilers. But once you get to like the last few episodes of a series, like it's nothing left, and you can tell how the story is, you're like, wait, there's no conclusion at all happening. Like, it's getting canceled. Fuck.
Yeah.
So on that note.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet, guys. I don't want to stay in this room for much longer because of that.
That was a bad one.
You just dropped the fucking.
Remember how earlier you asked what
happened to Nagasaki? that question that I asked you.
No.
This is your response.
This is my response. The first of many. We're dropping bombs.
You're
like
burning
Hiroshima.
my pop filter. It just starts disintegrating.
Your eyebrows are getting waxed. But yeah, so
thanks for listening to the newest episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast, guys. I'm Julian.
And I am Sean.
We've been your
guest.
Yeah, sure.
We've been your guest. We appreciate you letting us in your house.
Make sure, letting us in your house, inside your parents, in your heart.
Most of your parents.
And make sure you're following us on all social medias at Real Clean Closet. So that's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Real Clean Closet. You can also find us by our full name on Facebook, The Cleaning Out My Closet Podcast. And you can follow us on and subscribe on YouTube with the Cleaning Out My Closet Podcast YouTube channel. You can find us on Spotify, The Cleaning Out My Closet Podcast, Apple Podcasts, and your vagina.
And that's about it. So as we always say, don't forget to kiss your dad for us.
Thanks, Taylor.
Hey. Mwah.
Thank you.